Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Recently I shared a baked chicken palm recipe on my Instagram and lots of you wanted the recipe for it. So today we're gonna do just that. Now this recipe is gonna be great for somebody who's looking for a healthier and a lower fat version of the delicious, crispy and cheesy chicken parm. We're not cutting back on the cheese, just cheese is good. It's a good source of protein, it's low on fat, so don't worry about that. So let's get started right now. So before we get started with the chicken, make sure to preheat your oven at 450. So I'm gonna start with putting one chicken breast in a Ziploc bag, and then I'm gonna use my rolling pin to just flatten this out into a 1/4 inch thickness. You may use your meat tenderizer to do this instead. Flattening the chicken won't only help cook our chicken faster, but there's way more surface area for our crispy panko bread coating to make our chicken extra crispy, more sauce, more cheese, and more chicken goodness. So after it's done, just take it out of the Ziploc. You can use your hands or your tongs. So to bread the chicken, you're gonna need your flour, 1 egg, and your panko breadcrumbs. Go ahead and season your flour with salt, some pepper. Make sure to lightly whisk up your egg. And we're gonna season the breadcrumbs with some Italian seasoning, just for that extra kick. Now just lightly give this all a mix. Now to bread your chicken, grab your tongs, and we're gonna put the chicken first in our flour. Make sure it's completely coated. From the flour, shake off any excess. Go to the egg. Just let that sit so it's all covered. Now we flip. So drain off any excess egg. And then we're gonna go to our panko. Now we have to get our hands a little dirty. Can't get away with tongs now. Just so we can really get that panko in that chicken. So turn. Make sure it's all in there and press. It's gonna help get that panko really in that chicken and will help make our chicken really crispy. If you were to put some thyme in the breadcrumbs, you could easily fry up some delicious chicken schnitzels. So as you can see, the more I press, the more dense our coating of breadcrumbs become and the crispier our chicken will be. So our chicken is nice and breaded and the oven is hot. So go ahead and put your chicken in the oven and let it bake until it's golden brown. Now make sure to adjust your rack so it's 1 or 2 positions lower than the broiler or the top element of your oven. This is gonna really help to get that color on that breadcrumb. Now you may have noticed I put my breaded chicken on a wire rack. This is just to make sure that as the top browns, the bottom does not become mushy because it's in direct contact with the sheet pan. So the wire rack will give it some height, some distance, and it's gonna help crispen up the bottom as well. So as your chicken is cooking, go ahead and start boiling the water for your pasta and make sure you have the marinara sauce ready, which you may find the link right up there. It's my classic marinara sauce and I like to make it in advance so everything goes super smooth when it's time to cook. And make sure to season your water with salt. This is the only stage where you can season your pasta. So make sure you generously season the water. And now add in your pasta. Let that sit for about 30 seconds. Just twist to get that pasta in. Now bring the water back up to a boil and cook until al dente, about 7 to 8 minutes. And once your pasta is about 3 to 4 minutes out from being al dente, go ahead and start heating up your sauce. And bring the sauce up to a simmer. Now add your pasta into your sauce. You just want to toss the spaghetti in the sauce and let it steam in it. and let it cook with it for about a minute so that delicious homemade marinara really gets in there. So after 15 minutes are done, the chicken should look a little bit like this. Now at this point, let's start to top off our chicken. Now just use about a tablespoon and a half of your marinara. Just eyeball it and really spread that out nicely on your chicken. I like to keep a little bit of the edge exposed just for some visual effect. Now add in a healthy tablespoon of sour cream. I'm using light sour cream. You can use full fat if you want, but I guess that's not the purpose for this particular recipe. What this sour cream does, it adds a really delicious creaminess when you bite into that chicken. And I like loading up on it. And now let's add in our mozzarella. Again, for this recipe, I'm using some light mozzarella. I think the taste is about the same. It's super delicious, and I really love this light mozzarella cheese. It's one of my favorites. So let's load up on that cheese. And then finally, let's sprinkle in a tablespoon of freshly grated Parmesan. Now go ahead and put this chicken in the oven until the cheese melts and is golden brown. So after about 5 minutes, once the cheese has melted, turn on the broiler. That's really gonna help get the cheese nice and bubbly and golden brown. If your oven is strong enough, then you might not need to do this step. But for my oven, I need to do this. Guys, look at that. That looks absolutely delicious. Who would have thought this was baked? There has been no oil used to create this monstrosity. I can't wait to dig into this. It was 2 minutes in the broiler and it was perfect golden brown. There you go. Now I could eat it plain just like this if I wanted to. But let's top it off with some delicious spaghetti. Just top that off. Now put the icing on the cake. I'm gonna get a corner piece. Some of that spaghetti. That was delicious. Look at that creaminess from the sour cream. As I said, it's delicious. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. This is delicious. I hope you guys enjoy this meal. So there you have it, guys. This was an easy baked chicken parm recipe that is still oh so crispy, cheesy and saucy. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, be sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up. Be sure to like me on all my social media handles such as Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content just like this one. So until then, I'll see you guys again on the next one.